we are eternal souls. So once your body dies, your soul energy, your divine essence is released right back into the universe, back to the other side, and then you choose to come back in. And when you come back in, and this is where like things like astrology come in, when you come back in, you're now born into the new energy. So you have somebody that wouldn't let go of the old energy, they finally pass away, their soul goes back to the other side, it gets this beautiful view from beyond this dimension of what's happening with creation, what's happening with humanity, and that soul sees where creation, current creation is stuck. And that soul, that's part of soul contracts, is that soul then says, yes, I want to come back in and help to continue to push creation forward. I want to help continue to evolve, to let go of the old energy and help create the new energy. And that soul even gets to choose the family it's coming into. And the reason it picks the family it's coming into is I do believe there are soul connections, but one of the reasons that soul comes in is because those parents are stuck in certain ways. And that when that new soul comes in as a child, one of that child's jobs, one of that child's sole purposes is to help the parents shift their energy and not become that old soul holding on to the old energy. The kids come in to help the parents shift the energy. Energy has to flow. Energy has to flow. It is creative energy. And when energy doesn't flow, when it gets stagnant, when it gets dense, it's like clogging an artery. And when we clog an artery, what happens? We can die. And energy works on the same level. Our energy has to keep flowing. It's creative energy, it's life force energy. And when our life force energy is not flowing, what happens? Disease, sickness. We slow down, we calcify. Energy needs to flow. And souls come in as children to help the parents keep that energy flowing. And that's why children are always pushing our buttons, because they're trying to break the funny thing is, as a parent, we feel like our children are trying to break us. But what children are really trying to do is they're trying to break our dense energy. They're trying to break up our dense energy that's clogging our arteries of our life force. They're trying as hard as they can, and they're trying to get us unstuck. And that's why there's always such struggle between parents and children, because the parents, and I did this myself, you know, I wasn't even as far along on my path as I was, I still didn't fully understand the purpose and the mission of the child to help the parent let go of what we won't let go of, and help the parent move the energy that needs to move, and help heal us. The children come in to help heal the parents. And in that process, though, because when parents are holding on to pain, when we're holding on to pain, when adults are holding on to pain, that density, we're creating a force field. This actually goes back to some of the original information that came in and talking about density and freedom and lightening up, is that when we're stuck places, when we're holding on to things, when we don't want to experience something, when we have judgments, when we have blocks, we build walls. The wall we're building is actually an energetic wall. And what we're really meant to do is experience everything. And as a child, if our parents were angry to us, and then we end up becoming, we basically end up wanting to block out anger because we're afraid of anger, and become traumatized because of anger. We actually create a vibrational wall trying to keep anger out. But all it does is it ends up deflecting our anger, because we're not actually experiencing it. We're not allowing ourselves to experience that anger. We're not allowing us to experience some part of creation. Anytime we refuse to experience some part of creation, we're basically saying no to God. We're saying that this piece of creation shouldn't happen, it shouldn't exist. And what we really should be doing, I don't like the word should, but it's the only thing that's coming to mind right now. What we really should be doing is just allowing. We need to just allow creation to be creation. We need to allow every experience we feel to move through us. We should allow the energy to pass through us. Most trauma, people are traumatized because of an event, but they hold on to the trauma because they're not letting go, because they're not processing it, because they're not allowing themselves to fully release the experience that they had. And the more they block it out, the worse it gets, the deeper it gets. A trauma was shown to me as a black hole. And going back to science, a black hole is one of the densest things in the universe. A black hole is so dense that light does not even escape it. So when we have traumas, we have these pinpoints, these dense pinpoints that are so dense, it sucks our own life force into it, and it sucks the life force of those around us. And that's why we have energy vampires. And so children come in to help us release. We have groups like this in here to help us release everything I'm doing through Awaken. It's why I'm building what I'm building. I want people to have more tools to release their trauma, to allow themselves to let go, to allow themselves to lighten up, for us to raise our vibrations. And the more we can continue to raise our vibration, the more we continue to lighten up, the faster we will evolve as a collective, the faster that energy will catch on, and the faster that new energy will grow, taking away from the old energy, and let that old energy dissipate, and let the old world dissipate and fall apart. And things just take time. Things are always moving. We want the world to change overnight, and even though it is possible, it is also unlikely. But the world will change over years and over decades, and it absolutely changes over centuries. But my goal in this world, in this life, in this body, and one of the reasons I created Awaken is because the more people that wake up to the truth of who we are and why we're here, the faster creation will shift.